go. Okay, call to order. Please rise for the flag salute. Is Chief Cahill out there?
I don't think so.
Okay, then I will lead us. You ready? I pledge allegiance
To the flag
to
of the United States of America, and to the
the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
with
liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, Cindy, can I please have a roll call?
Commissioner Kribel?
Here.
Commissioner Langgraf?
Here.
Mayor Holtzman?
Here. Open Public Meetings Act announcement. Pursuant to the Open Publics Meeting Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in accordance with the law. Okay, so for the people out there in the public, just to let you know, if you've never joined us, what we do is tonight is a two-part meeting. The first part is a workshop. This is where we will have open discussion on things that we will vote for after we close the workshop and open our regular meeting. So, and there will be two public comment portions in the meeting. We do not have any presentations tonight. We do not have any department head reports, nor do we have any capital discussion tonight. So what we will be voting on in the regular portion of the meeting, we do not have any minutes. We will have, we do not have any new ordinance to introduce. However, we will have a public hearing and then the adoption of ordinance 2022-001. So Al, if you want to just do it, we talked about this at our last meeting, but just for the people out there, let them know what the public hearing is going to be. It's for them to voice their opinion on, and if you could explain it briefly.
Yes, what this allows for, Mayor, we were capped on a 2% percentage of raising taxes. This allows us to go to 3.5%, not for raising taxes, but to use our excess for our cap bank, and allows us to build our cap bank for future. And everything be past that.
Thank you. Okay, we're good with that?
Yep, standard procedure.
Mhm.
Exactly. Okay, next I'm going to read off a list of resolutions that the commission will vote on by consent. I'm going to go through them, and if I have a question, or if any of the commissioners have a question, then just stop me if I keep going, okay? So the first one is resolution 2022-051, and that is a tax abatement agreement for block 38, lot 1, also known as 111 South Pittsburgh Avenue. The next is a tax abatement agreement for block 45, lot 4, QUAL, oh, there's a lot of numbers, C0002, also known as 23B South Vassar Square. The next is 2022-053, another tax abatement agreement for block 50, lot 12. It's another condo. I'm jumping up to that next to the street, known as 1B South Nashville Avenue. The next is another 2022-054 tax abatement agreement, also known as 19 North Wyoming. 2022-055 is a tax abatement agreement for 21A North Wyoming Avenue. 2022-056 is another tax abatement for 21B North Wyoming Avenue. The next is 2022-057. That's a tax abatement agreement for 152 North Derby Avenue. The next resolution is 2022-058, and this is authorizing the renewal of the nutrition site that we lease to Atlantic County, which is our Ventnor community building behind the library. We rent that to the county for the nutrition part of the senior citizen program. So the next is 2022-059, and it's a contract between the city of Ventnor and BRT Technologies. And this, Al, you want to give us a little flavor on this? It's a software program.
Right. All municipalities in New Jersey are required to have a Mod 4 assessment program. This is switching for City of Ventnor, switching it from the current vendor to a new vendor. So the new vendor is more of a cloud-based system, more modern system, gives our assessor more tools to do our system and has better interface with our tax collection system. And it's less expensive than the previous vendor. So
Great. Perfect. I like less expensive.
Mhm.
Okay. Commissioners, we're good with that?
Yes.
Yes, Mayor.
Okay, next is 2022-060, and this is authorizing the First Amendment to the ESIP implementation contract with DCO Energy. I have Ed next to this.
Yes, Mayor, thank you. This is reducing our contract with DCO by the amount of $101,000. That represents work that was included in the ESIP program, the Energy System Improvement Plan, that we had completed already. So we last year replaced one rooftop unit on the library, and we also replaced the boiler at Public Works. Those two projects were included in the ESIP program and in that overall bond, and therefore in the contract with DCO. But because of their breakdown and the need to replace them, we replaced them before. So this simply just takes that work that has been completed out of DCO's contract, reducing the amount by that 101.
That's perfect. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, the next is 2022-061, and this is, excuse me, provisionally appointing Brian Guerrera to the police, to police lieutenant. The next is 2022-062, and that's provisionally appointing Patrick Hiltner to police lieutenant. Two good guys. The next is 2022-063, and this is adopting procedures for administration and inspection of federal aid highway projects. I have a question here. Do we have a DOT grant? Do we have the money already, or do we have to have this procedural manual or whatever done before we could even apply or receive? That's my question on this resolution.
So
I'll
this,
ask it. Go ahead, Ed.
I'm sorry, Commissioner. Okay, this is, we were awarded a grant, a CMAQ grant for the traffic signal on Ventnor Avenue in the order of magnitude of about $1.5 million. But before we can even start on that project, there's a large amount of administrative work, this being the very beginning of it, that we have put in place.
Okay. So before they submit the funds to the city, we have to give them how we're going to handle it administratively.
That is correct.
Okay, I got you. Thank you. Because I read the resolution and I got that part, but I'm thinking, do we have the money? Do we have to wait and have this in place first? So I had a question.
Okay.
The next one is 2022-064, and this is identifying a pool of engineers. So I'm going to turn this over to Commissioner Landgraf so he can brief the public.
Sure. So we go out for a pool of engineers to do all of our design work for our infrastructure, all the projects you see happen in the city. We we create a pool of engineers that we pre-qualify with their rates, their hourly rates on different items. And then we use those on these projects. Each project that comes up, we bid out to these 6 engineering firms. Depending on their pricing, we award it to them. Pricing and expertise, we award it to those 6. And just a list of those, I know we've got Remington Vernick is one. We've got de Blasio.
We have Duran Engineering,
Right.
Palestina and Associates, Collier's Engineers and Design, and Marathon Engineering and Environmental.
Right. And that's a very similar list to last year.
Right. And then every time we do a project, it goes out to bid to that pool of engineers.
Correct.
Right. Great. Thank you. Okay, the last resolution is 2022-065, and this is to accept a sub-grant award the federal fiscal year 2021 of, excuse me, Emergency Management Performance Grant and Emergency Management Agency Assistance. Now, what I read on this is this comes out of Homeland Security, and it's money we get to be able to be ready to prevent, protect, or safeguard our city against terrorism, natural disasters, catastrophic events, and any other kind of emergency. Am I correct? Does that wrap it up?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so I'm good. That's good, Al.
Yep.
Okay. Then we're going to have approval of our bills and payrolls. Do we have any discussion items tonight?
None that I'm aware of.
Okay. So the next part is the public portion. So we'll jump into that. For the people out there in the public, just so you know, the commissioners, we will go into the public portion section, but this is the section where you can only question us on anything that we just talked about and that we're going to be voting on. There will be another public portion at the very end where you can discuss anything that you would like to, but this public portion piece is only for what I just went through on the agenda. So do I have a motion to open to the public?
Motion to open to public?
Do I have a second?
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, Jim?
Is there anybody in the audience who wishes to speak or question any of the items that the mayor just reviewed? Please make yourself known within Zoom by raising your hand or within the chat feature and you'll be recognized. Once recognized, you may unmute yourself and turn your camera on and question the commission. I do not see anyone.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a motion to close public portion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do I have a motion to close the workshop portion of the meeting and call to order our regular meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. We do not have any minutes to approve. We do not have any new ordinances to introduce tonight, so we will go right into our public hearing. We will have a public hearing on ordinance 2022-001 that was discussed earlier in the meeting. So do I have a motion to open the public hearing?
Motion to open the public hearing on ordinance 2022-001.
Do I have a second?
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, Jim?
Is there anybody from the public who wishes to speak or question ordinance 2022-001? Please make yourself known within Zoom by raising your hand within the chat feature and you will be recognized. Once recognized, you may turn your camera on and unmute yourself and you may question the commission on this ordinance. I do not see anyone.
Okay, do I have a motion to close the public hearing on ordinance 2022-001?
Motion to close.
Do I have a second?
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, do I have a motion to adopt ordinance 2022-001?
Motion to adopt ordinance 2022-001.
Do I have a second?
Second the motion.
Okay, Cindy, roll call, please.
Commissioner Kribel?
Yes.
Commissioner Langgraf?
Yes.
Mayor Holtzman?
Yes. Okay. Next, we have the resolutions, resolutions 2022-051 through 2022-065 to vote on by consent. Do I have a motion to adopt these by consent?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second the motion.
Cindy, roll call, please.
Commissioner Kribel?
Yes.
Commissioner Langgraf?
Yes.
Mayor Holtzman?
Yes. Al, our CFO, can you please state our bills and payrolls for this period?
Yes, the bill list for this period was $2,093,593.85. And the payroll for this period was $545,349.49.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve bills and payroll stated from our CFO?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second the motion.
Cindy, roll call, please.
Commissioner Kribel?
Yes.
Commissioner Langgraf?
Yes.
Mayor Holtzman?
Yes. Our safety report we have if needed, and so we'll jump down for commissioner comments or reports. So we will, I'll do alphabetical order. Commissioner Kribel, do you have anything you'd like to talk about tonight?
Just briefly, I know Ed's on this line. He's been really following up, but it's good to see the lifeguard station framing going forward. They're struggling to get some of that work done before the snow hits, which is something that we're all prepared for. The police and fire are preparing their shifts to be ready for the snow event that's likely to happen, but it's weather, so it can't be fully predicted, but we are preparing for it starting Friday evening through Saturday and Sunday, which is really more of a public works event, but we need to be mobile. So the shifts are prepared for that. I do want to just touch on briefly the planning board event that we had the other day on Monday, with a huge progress for the city. Not only did we have our third liquor license go forward, but 5-unit development and 1 oceanfront home were approved, which is just and you don't have to be it's not surprising to see as you go around the city to see people are seeing the value and the benefit of building and living and improving in Ventnor. So that's a very exciting. It was a very exciting night for the city. And lastly, back to the fire department did receive Humvees. They're free to the city to replace the 5-ton trucks that we'll be able to
Great.
use during flood, during snow, and on the beach. They're much more user friendly for the sizes of the streets than those 5-ton trucks we had, and they are in much better condition. However, we are going to fit them out to be more appropriate for rescue. So
Great.
that's what I got.
Sounds good. Commissioner Landgraf?
Thank you, Mayor. And I'll echo Commissioner Kriebel's comments with planning board events this past Monday. First, the board, we went through these projects in detail. There was some concerns with residents, and I think they were well acknowledged, and some modifications to, I know, the ocean draft project occurred. We meted out some of the issues with the subdivision over on the old Methodist Church site on Baltimore Avenue. We went through those issues and talked them through pretty well. I really want to show gratitude to the board members, the effort that they put in, and our professional Roger and that team and Leo, just getting these things through. All 3 good projects for the city. Secondly, just to follow up on Commissioner Kriebel's comments on the storm, residents will most likely receive either later tonight or sometime tomorrow I think we're going to do it under the code red. Tim, is that correct?
We're probably going to do a Facebook, Twitter blast, and then code red as we get a little closer.
Right.
Yeah, all the above.
Right. And what we're going to ask is that people don't park on Atlantic and Ventnor Avenues. That will allow our public works crews that are going to be starting work probably early Saturday morning, and start to try and keep our streets as clear as possible. There's a forecast for a potential significant amount of snow. So if on those main drags, we can keep our vehicles off of those streets and use the side streets, and then we'll plow curb to curb. Once that's done, we're going to work on a system down the road that we can start moving cars from side to side on even the side roads. Not there yet, but Ed's got a plan for down the road that we're going to try and do just that, where we can get these roads plowed a little better, help people get their cars out a little bit easier on these bigger snowstorms, and move that ball forward a little bit. Tim, you gave an update on the HQ. We're moving forward with that. Don't have too much more. That's about it.
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, I'm sure between Public Works, Police, Fire, our city is in good hands for the upcoming storm if we get hit. So other than tell people to be careful and stay off the roads if it's heavy, because they don't need to be out there, just to stay safe. I really don't have anything else at this time. So I'm going to jump to the public portion. For the people out there, this is the public comment portion where you can speak on anything. So do I have a motion to open the public comment section?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Jim?
All right, anybody from the public who wishes to speak on any items, please make yourself known within Zoom by raising your hand or within the chat feature, and you will be recognized. Once recognized, you may turn your camera on and unmute yourself, and you may question the commission. Okay, one last chance. Anybody in the audience which to speak on any items, please make yourself known within Zoom by raising your hand or within the chat feature, and you will be recognized. iPhone Craig, do you have a question?
No, I have a comment.
Okay. We need your full name and address, please.
I'm sorry, what was that?
We need your full name and address, please.
My name is Craig Calloway, 500 Wabash Avenue, Atlantic City.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Again, good evening, commissioners. My name is Craig Calloway. I am a father and a grandfather. Not only do I care about giving our children giving our kids a great education, a safe education, I'm very, very concerned about the safety. I'm here this evening because Ventnor is a sending district of the Atlantic City High School, which is part of obviously the Atlantic City Board of Education. Ventnor sends approximately 191 students to Atlantic City High School at a cost of about $4 million per year. As a concerned parent and as a grandparent as well, I respectfully ask Ventnor Mayor Holtzman and Commissioners Landgraf, Kriebel, to take that $4 million and split it up. Give that money to the parents of the 191 students. Let them use that money to attend a safe and secure school. And I'm gonna give you some reasons why you should consider this, several of them. One, Atlantic City High School is not safe and it's getting worse. Growing student violence, lack of proper security. Unfortunately, no accountability, much worse than the local media attempts to hide. Less than 25% of the Atlantic City High School students can pass a basic math or English test. That's extremely sad, but it's true, it's real. The new AC superintendent, LaQuetta Small, is facing a lawsuit regarding student sex abuse. LaQuetta Small is the wife of AC Mayor Marty Small. As you are well aware, and if you're not, I'm gonna make sure I send all of you the 95-page FBI report so you can read and understand the significance and the sad reality of what is taking place. Kayon Frazier was a substitute teacher in Atlantic City School District. Primarily, he was at Pennsylvania Avenue School, where LaQuetta Small was the principal from the inception, the opening of the Pennsylvania Avenue School. Sadly, she did not do enough to also stop the child abuse perpetrated by this vicious cousin of hers, taking young students home and sleeping with them. That's a fact. LaQuetta Small didn't even call the local police. Even after being fired, Kayon Frazier, LaQuetta Small kept quiet when her cousin was later hired by the New Jersey Child Protection Service, where our most vulnerable children are under their jurisdiction. That's extremely sad. In closing, I want to address the unanswered question. Prior to supporting LaQuetta Small for Atlantic City School Boss, did Ventnor commissioners read the FBI 95-page report, where it shared the ugly details of the sad reality of what took place? If you read that report, I'm quite sure you must not have read this report, because if you would have, you would not have supported Small to be the district superintendent. With all due respect, we pray the Ventnor officials reconsider their support of a dangerous and moral Atlantic City school district. I beg that you do. And,
Thank-
excuse me?
I was saying, thank you, Mr. Calloway.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Is there anyone else out there, Jim?
Is there anybody
No.
else in the audience who wishes to speak on any items? Please make yourself known within Zoom by raising your hand within the chat feature and you will be recognized. I don't see anyone else.
Okay, do I have a motion to close public portion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second the motion.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We don't have an executive session tonight, am I correct?
Yes.
We don't, correct?
No, we don't. I'm sorry.
Okay, okay. Do
Can
I
I
have,
say one thing, Mayor? Can I say one thing, Mayor? Good job, Cindy.
Oh, thank you.
good job,
Job,
Cindy.
Cindy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Lisa, we don't need you. No, I better not say that.
Oh, don't.
I'm teasing. We need every part of this team to have Ventnor where it is. Okay, so do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, meeting adjourned. Everyone stay safe during this possible snowstorm.
Very
Good night,
good.
everybody.
Thank you.
Good night.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Night, everyone.